little fun fact about this video that you're watching is that I was originally going to completely scrap this whole vlog, but I watched it back recently and decided to revive it and give it another chance and share it with you guys. This video is about a month old and I'm coming back to it a month later, but with a new energy. And so I'm happy to share this with you and I hope you enjoy it. Souls, it is such a beautiful day today. Spring is approaching. Today is March 11th and next week is the spring equinox, and honestly I can feel it already. I have been going on walks and seeing all the flowers blooming. I saw some bunnies on my hike the other day. It's just been beautiful and I'm very excited for this new season. Last week was kind of an emotional week for me. I was just going through some things internally. But yeah, I was just dealing with some emotions and moving through it. But right now, I am definitely feeling a lot more uplifted today. I'm just in brighter spirits today. I'm picking myself up, you know, because I feel like as important as it is to allow ourselves to actually feel our feelings and move through them and release them and express them, it's also important to be able to pull ourselves out and to move forward with our lives and not be so drowned by every single emotion. There's a balance between feeling and then moving forward, and I am in that stage of moving forward now. I'm ready to take on this week. Yesterday, I actually went to this really beautiful poetry reading / concert. The people that performed were Carissa Love and Have. Carissa Love, you might know who she is, but she's another creator that makes beautiful videos on YouTube, and she writes poetry and she read some of her poems. And then Have is a singer and she did an acoustic set, which was really lovely. I actually went to that event by myself, and usually I go to things like that with my friends or like with a friend at least. But I forgot how nice it was to do something like that, to just go by myself, be in my own energy and just experience it on my own. I love going with friends too, but that gave me a lot of confidence. I felt really good doing that, and it reminded me that I can do things and go to little events just by myself. And then that way you also make friends and stuff like that. So yeah, I had a really good time. It was also a new moon yesterday, and I feel like spring is really the start of the new year. January being the start of the new year literally makes absolutely no sense to me, because like once it's spring, then the season actually shifts and we're in a new astrological year. It's the beginning of Aries season. Shout out to all the Aries out there. I am an Aries myself, and my birthday's coming up, which is kind of surreal to me as well. Yeah, new beginnings. I'm here for it, and I hope this season treats all of us well. I know it will. I really know it will. One of my favorite things about spring is the amount of fruits and vegetables that are in season. So many fresh herbs, so many beautiful leafy greens, and I made this wonderful salad that I make a lot. I feel like I'm always making salads in my videos, but you know, that's just how I eat a lot of the time. During the colder months, I find that I don't really care for salads for obvious reasons, but as it begins to warm up, I find myself craving a nice, refreshing salad bowl, and that's what I made here. I made this amazing tahini and coconut aminos dressing that I think personally is the best salad dressing, and I think you should definitely try it. And the bowl did not end up looking the prettiest, but it was very good, which is all that matters. This year, I really want to learn more about gardening and growing my own food, working with the land. I also want to learn about starting an herb garden and just more about herbalism in general. I have like a little space in my yard. I don't have this huge yard, but I could potentially start growing little things, maybe some herbs soon once I start like educating myself a little more. But I really see myself in the future having lots of land and growing most, if not all, of my own food, being self-sustainable, feeding my family with the food that I grow and that I like tend to, and having a reciprocal relationship with the land, just all of that. So I feel like it's honestly good for me to start even just learning, even if I don't start immediately gardening, just learning these skills now and building my knowledge throughout these years. Good quality, organic, well-grown food is just so important to me, and I think it's just going to be amazing to be able to know where my food came from and the fact that I nurtured this garden and I'm eating the food, and because I'm nurturing the earth by creating a garden, the earth nurtures me with food. It's just beautiful. Later this month, I'm also going to be going on this group herb foraging walk with like professionals, and we're just gonna learn about the plants that grow here, all the herbs that grow on the hiking trails in the area that I live in, and I'm really excited for that. I'm excited to nerd out and just bring my little notepads and just write everything down, because I already, like, when I go on walks or hikes, I have an app actually that I use called Picture This, and when I see a plant that looks interesting to me or I want to know what a certain plant is, I'll just take a picture and the app identifies it. But I also don't know if that's like, if the app is 100% accurate, because it's an app, so it's always good to, you know, learn from professionals and people that know what they're doing. So I'm very, very excited for that as well. And I'm excited for this little journey. I had a very strong urge to straighten up my room this morning. I've noticed that as I've gotten older, I have less of a tolerance for a cluttered space, and whenever my room feels cluttered, I just get kind of antsy, and sometimes I can be a bit irritable, so I have to at least put some things away so I can function and do whatever I'm trying to do. I have been wanting to host a dinner party for my friends for the longest, and so I started jotting down some ideas for that and seeing what I would want to make. I was gonna do a spring dinner party, but I ended up having to cancel that because of some life events that happened, which you'll hear about in a future video. But I am very excited to do this once the timing is right. Oh my gosh, you guys, it is so windy. It's honestly been kind of scary. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I was getting a little anxious with all this wind earlier this morning. The power also went out earlier because of the high winds. It went out for like maybe a little over an hour, but clearly it's back on, but it might honestly go back out again. I don't know, I've just been chilling. Been kind of like eyeing, making sure trees don't, you know, break any windows and stuff like that, but I'm trusting that we're protected and we're good. But yeah, it's been an interesting morning. I'm crocheting right now. I feel like you guys always see me crochet in my videos, but I haven't even really shared what I make. I've been crocheting for like 3 years now. I started off making little accessories like hats and bags and scarves and stuff. Oh shit. It's so funny because I live in California, I'm from California, so I'm not used to like any crazy weather things. So I feel like this is probably normal for people who are used to, you know, high winds or like live in areas where there's tornadoes, but for me it's like, whoa. But anyways, I started off just making little crocheted accessories, but now I have officially graduated onto actual clothing. So I've been making cute little tops for myself for summer. And I actually just finished this top right here. I'll like put it on so you guys can really see what it looks like. I haven't weaved in the ends yet, but this little top, this is what it looks like on. Like I said, the ends still need to be weaved in. But I'm so happy with how this turned out. And then this is the back. It's so cute, and this is the first shirt that I've made without using like a YouTube tutorial. Usually I always use a tutorial, but this time I just went off of everything that I've been learning in the YouTube tutorials. And yeah, I'm so happy with how it turned out. I'm thinking of also adding some cowrie shells like along here. I'll put a picture so you can see like what I got my inspiration from for this top. I love it so much, and I'm so happy to wear it when the weather gets warmer. Making my own tops has just been so empowering, and I made a rule with myself that I will never buy crocheted tops ever again. I'll just learn to make them myself because first of all, you know, crocheted tops be getting a little expensive, and it's just so fun to make your own shirt and to know that you made it like with your own hands and the energy behind it is yours. It's just, I don't know. And if you're thinking of learning how to crochet, I completely recommend learning how to do it. Start with, you know, accessories and little things, and then you can work your way up. I love crocheting, as you guys can tell. I also love it because it gets me off of my phone, which is always nice. Recently, I really have been working on shifting my relationship with my phone and social media and how I use it. Really working on not getting caught up in scrolling and, you know, just using my phone to pass the time or when I'm bored, just to, you know, just scrolling kind of for no reason. And I'm working on being a lot more intentional with the content that I consume, but also not feeling like I need to consume anything, because first of all, when I'm off my phone and I'm just more present in my life, I always feel 100% better. But I feel like also when we're on technology and social media a lot, it gets harder and harder for us to be in tune with our own intuition and our own inner voice, because on the internet there's so many opinions, so many things, so many people telling you what you should and shouldn't do, so many things. And I feel like that can really mess with our heads and make us overthink a lot of things, have so many voices in our heads except for our own. So whenever I like detox from social media or just take some time off my phone, I always feel so much more connected to my intuition and to myself and to my inner voice and what I believe is true for me. Social media is great for so many things, and now there are so many things that we can learn too, but then just everything in moderation, because too much of that can definitely be a lot for our brains. But right now I'm making this really cute flower sweater. Right now I'm doing one of the sleeves. I'll put a picture of what it looks like on the screen so you guys can understand what I'm talking about, but I am so excited to see how this turns out. Clearly it's going to be a more see-through sweater, so I would definitely wear it over something or as a bathing suit cover-up. That would be really cute too. I will show you guys the finished product probably in another video because I feel like this might take me a minute, but I'm excited to see how it turns out. This morning, I went to the mountains to scout out the spot that my friend and I were going to be guiding our event at. The event was a community circle where I guided a yoga flow and meditation, and my friend guided breath work and offered Reiki energy healing. So I just went there to see exactly where we were going to do it, how we were going to do things, see the vibe, and also to just enjoy how beautiful it was. We actually ended up having to reschedule the event because it rained the day that we planned it, but it turned out really nice. My friend and I usually guide hikes, so this event was a nice little switch up and I had a great time. Shout out to those who came if you're watching this. My tripod just broke. So, looks like I'm done getting video footage for today. Damn, that's okay. That's okay. I'm like kind of upset. It's kind of hard to be upset when you're like surrounded by all this beauty. But also I was literally telling my friend like a few weeks ago that I don't care for this tripod and that I want to get a new one. So lesson learned, be grateful for the things you have, even if you may not care for it as much. Don't complain about it because stuff like that happens. But also it's all purposeful because I meant to get a new one. So there's that too. But also just be grateful for what you have. Don't complain. Got it. Okay. On this weekend, my family and I went to San Diego. My parents were originally going there for the Tiny House Festival in Del Mar, but they asked me if I wanted to come along with them, so I joined, and I'm really glad that I did. This little 2-day trip was honestly so nice, and it was really cool to see these alternate ways of living. We looked at cute tiny homes and some vans as well. And my favorite was the renovated school buses. They were so cute, and I can honestly see myself traveling in something like this, or just traveling around in a van for some time. I don't know, going to this really had me think of all the possibilities and ways that I could travel and live, which I feel was really inspiring. We also went to dinner at this amazing plant-based restaurant called The Plot, and they had a cute little garden outside of the restaurant, which is where they sourced most of their food. If it wasn't sourced from there, they got it from local organic farms, which is something that I loved, and the food was literally amazing. I also walked a little bit in the garden after dinner and just got really nerdy and excited about all the plants growing. While I was in San Diego, I found myself reflecting on my life and my growth. The last time that I was here, I was in a whole different space in my life, and I honestly was just a whole different person, and I still love that version of myself and who I was, but I'm proud of myself for the amount of growth that I've had in my life and for stepping into who I truly am and what I truly value. I think in life it's so important to be open to change, and not only external changes, but internal changes as well. We're never going to be the same person that we were even a month ago, and life is constantly shifting, changing, and evolving, and it only makes sense for us to go along with that. Ways of the past feel comfortable and familiar for us, but what if we just let that go? What if we just looked back at it with love and moved forward with our lives and were open to all the possibilities? A lot of the time when we're stuck on the past or stuck on one certain outcome or way of living, we block ourselves off from even more possibilities and from even greater things. I've been thinking about this a lot in my life recently as I embrace the shifts that are happening and the direction that life is pointing me to.
If you've made it this far into the video, I want to thank you so much for watching and for being here and for spending this time with me. I'm wishing you all the best on your journey, and I hope that you guys are all doing well. Let me know if you guys like these cinematic vlog style videos or any suggestions you may have. This is where I'll be signing off. I'm sending you guys love as always, and I will see you all in a video soon. Bye.